Hey everyone, how are you doing today? It's Marla. Hopefully everyone is doing well this morning. This video is going to show you how I prep my face. Not so much for special occasions when I use sunscreen, but how I prep my face pretty much almost on I would say a daily basis when I take my dogs for a walk or when I go biking or when I have to spend some time in the sun that's not at a, beautiful function or a party or something like this. This is not what I would do to my skin to go out at night. This is more how I protect my neck and my face during the day in order to not get any sun on my face. I am really overly paranoid anymore about getting sun exposure on my face or on my neck. I wear a big wide brim hat. I always walk around in a scarf even if it's 90 degrees outside. I do a special prep on my face where I really pile on a lot of sunscreen. The way I do it, I think makes it look less noticeable because I do use mineral sunscreen, so you know how a lot of times that gets your face white. So I'm going to show you basically how I prep my face for biking, how I prep my face for taking my dogs for a walk in the morning, and just basically how I prep my face in order to try to prevent any sun exposure at all on my face and my neck. That's what this video is about. Let's get started, and I'm going to show you kind of the routine that I do. It's super simple, just a couple products, and then I can actually even add, my eyebrows in and things like that. And you can even put all this stuff on your face if you have like an outdoor party or a picnic where you're really concerned about getting sun. You can really use this technique, and I actually think it still makes my skin look okay. I mean, it doesn't make my skin look like it is now. It does look slightly cakier, but not as cakey as you would have expected with the way I apply these products. Let me get started with the demo, and I'll show you how I prep my face for these very, very sunny days we're getting right now in Colorado. This is how I pretty much bulletproof my face from intense sun. The first thing I work on is my neck. I'm going to put on a little bit of this Colorescience body sunscreen. I'm going to put this mainly on my neck. I love the Colorescience sunscreens. My only problem is if I am biking or sweating, sometimes they run into my contacts. I have found that I need to use a baby sunscreen or a No More Tears sunscreen to really avoid that with my contacts. So I just apply this mainly on my neck and obviously my body, but this is just a face and neck video. And I make sure I put it on the back of my neck. I have short hair, and even though I'm wearing a scarf, I don't want to get any sun on the back of my neck either. Every day when I walk, when I bike, I wear a special SPF biking scarf. This is just a regular SPF scarf that I got for sun protection. No matter how hot it is, I always have my neck covered up, even though I have sunscreen on. For my face, I love this AVEENO baby. This is so good. It's a mineral sunscreen, and you can see I am gobbing it on my face. It is white, but I will show you how I get around that. I love this sunscreen. I can put it under my eyes. I can put it under my brow, almost on my lid. I run the sunscreen all through my eyebrows, all over my face, carry it up all around my hairline, to my ears, and just everywhere, completely covering the skin on my face and making sure I put an adequate, really ample amount of the sunscreen on my skin. Now that I have all the sunscreen applied on my skin, I want to make myself look less ghost-like. What I do is buy a BB cream about 2 shades darker than my natural skin tone, and this really seems to cancel out any white cast that I get from mineral sunscreens. So like I said, I apply either a BB cream or a tinted moisturizer in the same kind of
tone of my skin. For example, I'm very warm, so I'm going to get a warm shade, about 2 shades darker than my natural skin tone. Rub this all in on top of the AVEENO, and that really takes all that white cast away. And then to kind of really lock everything in, I take my IT Cosmetics Airbrush Perfecting Powder, take the sponge and just pick up some of the product and pat it all over my face. I don't rub, I just pat down the IT Cosmetics Airbrush Perfecting Powder on top of everything I've already put on. And it's almost like adding a powder to your face. It takes away a lot of the shine and it makes my pores look flawless. So I pat this all over my face. And I can just let my face like this. Normally I go out grocery shopping like this, walking my dogs like this, biking like this. But if I want to go, for example, if I want to go to lunch and or a picnic outside and I want to look a little bit better, I can put all my makeup on right on top of this. I just make sure that most of the products are powder. That helps with some of the shine from the sunscreen I have on. So right now I am applying my concealer, but then I'm going to be applying a little bit of my number 7 powder on top of that to kind of lock it in. And then I'm going to apply a little bit of blush, a little bit of bronzer, and finally some lipstick. So this is my final look. I think it looks just as good as when I wear my natural makeup, but I really have a load of stuff on my face right now. I never get burned. I never get tanned on my face. My face is totally protected and it looks fairly dry. It doesn't look greasy, doesn't look white cast. During the day, if I want to touch up, I just touch up with my IT Cosmetics Airbrush Perfecting Powder. Now at night, in order to get all this off, my favorite way to get rid of mineral sunscreen is to do a double cleanse. The first thing I put on my face is my favorite product from Soap and Glory. It is this deep cleansing milk. I apply this all over my face, rub it all in, and then use my silicone brush. I really feel you need some type of gadget in order to get all that mineral sunscreen off your face. My first cleanse is done with the deep cleansing milk using my silicone brush, and then after that I do a second cleanse or a double cleanse with any of the many cleansers I have on my vanity, and I do that also with my silicone brush. Using a silicone brush or any type of brush really does help get all that heavy product off your skin very effectively. I couldn't wash my face unless I had this silicone brush. I absolutely love this. And that is kind of my bulletproof way of blocking out the sun, don't get anything on my face, and cover up my neck. Always put sunscreen on your neck. And then obviously if you're out exposing any part of your body, you want to spray your hands so you don't get sunspots, things like that. But this was mainly for my face and neck routine. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay out of the sun. Bye-bye from Marla.